Well, and you can see right away what Ruse does so well. She has very nice and clean technique, can accelerate off both wings. Backhand, much more stable. Great backhand down the line. Offensive baseline player.
Well, 3 misses by Badosa to start.
What a start.
Boy, and then Ruse mixes in her second winner. Break it, love. Okay, match on.
Yeah, definitely. And this is what's so dangerous. The moment you drop anything short, Ruse is looking to step inside the baseline, take the ball early. She's so good at that. You have to try and get her on the run, get good depth on it.
And the stories, again, fascinating. We saw last night the stunning win by Botic van de Zandschulp on Ash, where he took out Carlos Alcaraz. Botic had played exactly 1 hard court match leading into the U.S. Open, which is 1 more than Ruse played. She played on clay. And again, her ranking is low enough. She has trouble getting in, but her biggest warm-up event was a 125 in Hamburg on clay.
Great recognition here by Badosa. Good sprint. Take a look. She takes a step forward right away. Many players lean back when they see the drop shot and then lose half a second. Not so Badosa. Fantastic athlete.
And meanwhile, Badosa's prep, you saw it in Cincinnati. Andre, a different story there. Badosa makes the semis in Cincinnati, and that field's loaded, so there's no easy wins anywhere. Here she comes right back. And of course, prior to that, it won DC. Field wasn't quite as strong there, given it was the same week as the Olympics.
Yeah, but still a great signal. Yeah, and a great signal to the tour that she's back.
Think about Roland Garros just a few months ago. Badosa's rank was 139. So protected rank got her in. 139 to come to the U.S. Open as a seed. All right. Interesting start here as the players trade breaks.
Well, and I think that is the one shot that holds Ruse back from even bigger successes. We mentioned it. She already has won a title on the tour. That serve, especially the second serve, she drops it in the middle of the court. A lot of the top players go after it, and she's under pressure right away. And she's the one who wants to control the baseline rallies. So difficult for her when the second serve comes into play. Again, a showcase by Ruse when you drop anything short, how quickly she is up to those balls, recognizes it well.
Ooh, tough miss.
Well, it started to move more and more to the side, and eventually Ruse found herself outside the singles line, and it created a weird angle for that smash. Here we have Paul Todeo, Paula's coach, who's been by her side now for a while.
Well, you're right, Andreas. Ruse gets inside the court.
So quickly.
Pretty effective.
Yeah, so quickly. And Paula is a great mover. She really covers the court well, but Ruse takes so much time away from you by doing that. And her shots have something on it, so that combination makes her really dangerous. And it maybe has to be mentioned that one of the reasons she hasn't been higher up in the rankings, Ruse, injury-ridden herself, had to have surgery on her wrists a couple of times already, so sidelined every now and then.
Oh, she has a backhand, doesn't she, Ruse?
That
Gets
backhand.
right inside the baseline. She's rifling them.
Yeah, really great, clean technique. On the forehand too, but she doesn't have that wrist acceleration. So I think if Badosa can get her in the forehand cross-court rallies with that heavy spin she possesses, Badosa in this case, might be an easier feat for Badosa.
Advantage, Ruse.
Wow. Wow. And there's the forehand. So how about this? Match starts with 3 consecutive breaks of serve.
2-1 first set.
So I just thought about this, Andre, as you were talking about Ruse's recent history. What percentage of players right now would you say we could discuss their tennis career without injuries?
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, it's just a brutal schedule right now. There are so many tournaments to be played, so many surface changes. It's the only sport in the world where you have surface changes, tennis ball changes, time zone and temperature changes at all times.
Do you think that this year, this summer, it's an Olympic summer, and it is and with the surface change involved at the Olympics, major change from normal. Do you think it's contributing to what we're seeing here? Play, injury, retirement, quality of play, etc.?
I think definitely, generally speaking, at the US Open, you see the most upsets because the year has been so long already, and the top players have played so many matches. They are tired and they are more injury prone than at the beginning of the year. Putting the Olympics into the mix does not help the case.
with the surface change again.
Exactly. That helps the case even less. Yeah, gathering some advice from the corner box, and I think Paul will have told Badosa to maybe try and change the rhythm a bit, apply some spin, maybe a few slices, just get it out of the strike zone of Ruse, who's feeling the ball tremendously well at this moment.
Well, there's your second serve point.
That is the second serve. It's too short. It's just in the court, put in the court without much spin or slice on it. And we saw here Badosa really going after it. And I think she can even go closer into the baseline when the second serve comes to play.
I have no Romanian in me. I'm sorry. Do you?
Unfortunately, me neither.
Hey, so
This is Annabelle Medina Garrigues. Monica Niculescu. And this is her longtime coach, actually, but clearly he's now on the advisory board of Gabi Ruse.
Look where Badosa is now. Ruse put a little more on that second serve, up to 87.
And that's what you want to see. You want her to risk more, and eventually you will get a few double faults. I think that's the right call for Badosa, to step inside on the second serve. And she just seems a bit overwhelmed by the pace and depth that is coming her way of Ruse's racket, who's really playing tremendously well right now.
Well, the USOpen.org, your online home for point-by-point live scoring, highlights, real-time stats, everything about the tournament at the official tournament site, USOpen.org. I love this stadium because you can hear everything both players' teams are telling them. It's so close. If only we had real-time Google Translate available for the
If only we spoke any other languages, Ted.
Well, wait a minute. Look at you. Come on.
If we had a German here, I would be at the forefront. This I understood. He said, make your first serve.
Oh, Ruse just punishing the ball, and when Badosa's team is telling her that.
And I just wonder whether Badosa is not feeling well.
I'd say she has served 18 points so far and won 5 of them on her own serve.
Finally found the first serve here to bail herself out of some trouble.
Wait, please.
That backhand is just brutal.
She has some serious stick on that.
Yeah.
Well, there, Badosa got away with a 76-mile-an-hour second. Saves her third break point of the game.
Well, and she did something really well here. She changed direction before Ruse did. So far, it's been all Ruse who's changing directions, who's controlling the pace and the rhythm of the baseline rallies. And I think she should look more for that, Badosa, if she can.
Second. Advantage, Badosa.
That's a nice, very nice save. Yeah, let's see if that gives Badosa a push. Save 3 break points.
Ruse leads 3-2 first set. Time.
All right, well, how about that? Ruse has been able to play a little bit behind her second serve, because the first serve hasn't worked.
And there we have it again. Once Badosa gets that down the line in, you see a few more errors flying off Ruse's racket.
And there, rather than moving in, Andrea, Badosa aligned herself to hit a forehand on the second serve.
Yeah, those are the two ways you can do it. Either move in and take time away, or if you go around and hit it with the forehand, especially if you have such a great forehand as Badosa does, the opponent cannot read which direction you're going to go. It's much easier to read on the backhand side. So you can take time away from your opponent by doing that too.
right now we have kind of a battle of who's going to play better on their second serves. Neither one is putting first serves in often enough. Remarkably, this is the third service game for Ruse, and she has not won a first serve point yet. How do you explain that one?
That is a
And she has the lead,
mesmerizing stat.
at least for the moment.
And that offensive stance on the return is finally working here. Gets the double fault in a crucial moment and brings up break point.
Excellent move, defense there by Badosa, and she is able to break, so each player has held once. And we're 3-all. And this is supposed to be a doubleheader day for Badosa. She's scheduled to play mixed this afternoon with Tsitsipas. So it'll be an energy test for her.
Speaking of Tsitsipas, where is he?
I was wondering the same. Going through the intense prep for mixed doubles, I assume.
Yeah. Got to do what you got to do. Yeah, much better from Badosa. This seemed like an unforced error from Ruse, but she has to move a lot more compared to the beginning stages of the match. That's why we see a few more unforced errors flying off her racket. She's still playing well, but Badosa is able to move her around a bit more.
It's 4 backhand winners already for Ruse. Feels like more. Only 7 games in.
Seconds.
That first serve is really hurting Badosa here. Under 50% first serves in play.
Well, Badosa had to defend that point and did.
Did very well, and the moment she found the depth, she forced the unforced error, but this is now becoming a good match. And here we have Kalin Çorbagiu, the coach, with Moni Niculescu next to him. It's about who gains ground first, right? Who can stay at the baseline, who can be closer to the net if possible.
Badosa earned that hold. Gets her third ace. So 4-3 for Badosa now in the opening set.
4-3 first set.
Well, I was asking you earlier about how many players we could talk about their careers without an injury tail. And it feels like there's more than we ever thought, players with a backstory like Badosa. I mean, he's a junior champion, right? Junior champ at Roland Garros 9 years ago, and all the expectation comes out, and clearly has talked about it openly since. Couldn't take it, couldn't handle it, bottomed out before she finally was able to get her professional career jump-started, reunited with her junior coach when that happened. It was kind of during the COVID period where she got it going and got some traction.
Yeah, absolutely. I honestly think tennis players would do really well to move outside their world, because these are big stories in the tennis world outside. Not a lot of people care about tennis. Yeah. It's unfortunate, but we are, of course, tennis players and tennis fans. We watch everything, we listen to everything, we read everything that is written about it, and then we get caught up in the pressure that is put on us. And here we have Aperol Spritzes. Fan of an Aperol Spritz, Ted?
Yeah, I've been impressed. I've been impressed at how expensive the melon balls are here. I mean, that's really good melon, clearly. Where are they importing the melon from? But your point there about the tennis tunnel, so to speak, or tennis bubble is exactly right. And Badosa has, as she got her career going in 21, really into 22, and rose into the top 10 in the world, she talked about that.
Yeah,
that was unnecessary for her, because the pressures of the junior expectation took her down.
Yeah. And I really think that in the long run, this injury will be really good for her, because you can just see her having more perspective, more appreciation for her craft, for her body. And that's why she's been playing so well this past few weeks, winning that title in Washington, D.C. It hurts in the moment, but sometimes an injury like this can give you perspective in the long run.
Ooh. Just missed, and Ruse has actually won a couple of first serve points here. Close.
30.
And Paula has done a great job in making the court really small with her fantastic court coverage. Ruse now has the feeling, you can sense it, that she has to play an exceptionally well shot, so close to the line, hit with so much pace. And you can see it here, the unforced errors creeping up for the Romanian.
Man, back and forth, hitting sidelines, and finally Ruse misses, and it's deuce. Nothing's been easy in this first set for either player.
Advantage, Badosa.
Could have done a bit more with that second serve, Badosa. And that hesitation creeped into the baseline rally, dropped the balls too short, and Ruse was all over it. You can see it here, just a bit too short. Yeah, she knows it.
Real word I've used a little bit this first week, more than I thought. This is a grind. This first set for these two has been a grind, and Ruse basically playing completely on her second serve.
Advantage, Ruse.
We've had 4 breaks, and now Ruse trying to get what would be the 4th hold. That's Ruse's coach.
Oh, nicely done. Nicely done by Ruse.
That is. That's
here.
a big save.
4 games on. First.
It's 4-all. And Ruse, the qualifier, has won 3 points on her first serve. It's things that are hard to explain, but ultimately what matters is 4-all.
It's 4-all. When they are in the rally, though, it's a great match. Both players are striking the ball very well. Ruse is a very dangerous player, not to be underestimated. Came through qualifying, has won a lot of matches.
So that's it. That's right, 5 of them to this point. Ruse's athletic family. This another seems to be a common story. Muhova, who we saw beat Osaka last night, comes from a family of footballers. And same with Ruse, whose dad is where, and I'm assuming that's him sitting in the front row. Dad's also a footballer and helping Ruse here in her time in New York.
And Badosa needs to be careful here.
Exactly.
She's very passive. Since that break point, she has played very passively. Yeah, and you can hear it from her coaching team. He's saying, hit the ball, accelerate the wrist. She's been very tentative the last 5-6 points and is in trouble here.
Lock 14.
Vamos bien, pero intenta aguantar tu nivel. Vamos. Fíjate en tú. Vamos.
Well, coach there's been pretty high on the Vamos meter in this first set, trying to get Badosa charged. Oh. Well, Ruse is the one fired up now. And if she can throw in a hold here, she'll grab the first set.
5-4, first set.
So we're talking, Andrea, about prep. Ruse not playing a hard court match. You know, obviously with her rank, she doesn't have a lot of options. She has to play where she can, but plays all on clay, comes here, and now in her 6th straight match on these courts and a chance to take the first set, get halfway home.
Well, that's also a way to do it. Just play qualifying here and you'll be in perfect condition once the main draw comes around. And it's interesting, she thinks of herself as a better clay court player, and she has won her title on clay. She's reached the finals on clay a couple of times. But in my mind, her game is perfect for the hard courts. So aggressive from the baseline. So early to recognize those short balls.
Well, Elena-Gabriela Ruse, Gabby is how she's referred to. Even the chair umpire was calling her Gabby. Coin toss. First ever time in the 3rd round of the U.S. Open. One of 2 qualifiers in the women's side. Jessica Panchet of France, the other. And here she is trying to take the first set from Paula Badosa, back as a seeded player. And Ruse is doing this basically behind her second serve. 37% in the set serving percentage.
Yeah, both players had really low on the first serve percentage, and even though she's down 30 love, Badosa, I think this is a much better game. She's playing a lot more aggressive, going after her shots, and there will be a good investment into the second set if she happens to lose this one here.
Badosa again on the second serve there chose the forehand return. But you pointed out that's not Ruse's best. Her second serve, she's winning 63% on it in this set.
Yeah, and this again is Monica Niculescu. Great singles player and doubles player, especially right now with her coach, who's also helping Gabi Ruse here.
Oh, all right, so out of 30 all. Badosa, Andrea, needs to find a way. She can't let Ruse win that high a number on her second serve.
And there we have it. We had the same thing before on 30 all. Under pressure, that second serve will become shaky if Badosa continues to put pressure on it.
Well, from 30 love now to break point.
That is very well struck. Badosa did well to get it out of Ruse's strike zone. But Ruse decided to not have any of it after this one right here. Just moved up, took it on the rise into the angle.
And Ruse reaches set point. And puts it away. So
This is so well played by Paula, who is trying to be more aggressive, regain control over this match.
First game, second set.
Well, that was pretty good. Emphatic. Waiting out the timeout from Ruse and holding it love. That works.
Yeah, that was a perfect start into the second set. She did exactly what she needs to do to turn this around, make a lot more first serves, already at 75% here. Be more aggressive, hit the ball, and try and go down the line before Ruse does. Have this woman who's been playing so well on the move.
Compilation warning, Miss Ruse.
All right, shakes off the warning there, does Ruse. And, well, there's the early sign of a reset by both. Pretty easy holds.
One game also, please.
Great mindset by Ruse. She's so positive no matter what. Keeps nodding to herself, remains very calm. Bit more nervousness on the other side for Badosa.
You know, and if you step back again, as we've talked about in the first set with Badosa, you think that she went through an injury period where there was some conversation she might not play again.
Well, the lower stress fracture in the back is terrible just because everything you do with your body affects it. And with the bone, when the bone is broken, you have to just rest it. But it's so hard to do with the lower back. Because when you sit on it, you're putting pressure on it. You lie on it, you put pressure on it. You stand, you put it. So you just have to hope that it somehow heals. Very affecting for the mental state of a player as well.
Badosa's had the opposite situation in this match. Her second serve is being handled pretty well by Ruse. Badosa winning only 35%. And now what looked like an easy game is not. Well, good forehand exchange ends the game, and Badosa does get the hold. A little harder than she wanted it to be.
Badosa leads 2-1. Second set, first set, Ruse.
Now for Badosa, this has been the rebound. Again, we referenced where her rank was coming off the injuries and inactivity, where it was as recently as Roland Garros in June, and now she's wins a title in DC, semifinal of 1,000 in Cincinnati, and she's here as a seed in form. And she's won 4 career titles, 3 of them on hard court. So this, what all of that context makes the fact this is her first ever third round at the Open surprising. But she's won of those players looking for her breakthrough in a major. Quarterfinal in Roland Garros 21. That's the only time she's been to the final 8 of a major. So Gabby Ruse here trying to hang in and hold off Badosa from getting on a roll. There's the chairman of the Badosa fan club in Flushing Meadows. Did you see the Djokovic super fan the other night with his t-shirts on?
No, I
During
didn't.
Djokovic's match, there's a super fan from Serbia that follows him around, wore a t-shirt saying "The world against Nole."
Okay.
Very fitting.
I go to sleep at 9 p.m. Ted. It's way too late for me. The second night session matches.
Listen, earlier this week, I went to sleep at 9 a.m. I think that's how late we were here.
And it's a pattern, right? That Ruse's second serve looks fairly okay until it matters most, and that's when it tends to get shaky. 3 double faults all came on very important moments.
Ooh. So, exactly what I just said. This is what matches like this often were. It's what last night Van de Sandschulp was able to keep Alcaraz from ever stringing games together to get on a roll. And now Badosa has a chance if she can hold serve here. And you can, of course, track the usopen.org, your online home for live scoring, highlights, stats, and draws, the official tournament site, usopen.org.
Yeah, she looks a lot better in the second serve. Paula Badosa striking the ball with more confidence, changing directions more frequently. Here we have Billie Jean King Cup captain, Anabel Medina Garrigues for Spain. Oh, that serve has looked mighty good in the second set, winning all 6 points when the first serve has found its target. Make that 7.
Well, there is what Badosa hopes is her kickstart.
Badosa leads 4-1, second set.
Break, and now the back up quick hold for 4-1. Gabby Ruse, she does again, goes by Gabby. Had this amazing run here, 5 straight match wins, 3 qualifiers, and then the Wimbledon champion on Wednesday. With her father, Adrian, is accompanying her in New York. It's his first ever trip to the United States.
Man, if you just pay attention to where both players are positioned, such a different picture to the first set, where Ruse was the one controlling the baseline, Badosa retrieving, and now the Spaniard is the one much closer to where things are decided.
Oh, that's been the other flip of this set so far, Andrea. Ruse just, the bulk number, she won way too many of her second serve points in the first set, not in this set so far. But you've taught me it's not how many, it's when. I'm assuming that'll be next Friday's Substack.
Yeah. Trying to explain the things that come up on air.
Yeah. So now the question we always ask those of you who played, if you're in the spot of Ruse now, you need to find the emergency break. Probably not going to happen in this set, but you need to find it for the third set.
Well, and she already left after the first set, remember? So I'm not sure whether she will go out again. She went for a toilet break, so technically she could go out to change a tire. But Ruse definitely needs to find, and that's, I think, where her limitations come into play a little bit. But Badosa always has a plan B. She can hit with a lot of spin. She can move around. And Gabby Ruse, she's kind of reliant on being the offensive baseliner. And if Badosa is able to take that away from her, she doesn't know exactly what to do with it.
15 love.
¡Ah!
30 love.
Y vamos. ¡Ah!
14 love.
¡Ah!
40-15.
Fourth double of the match for Badosa. Now that's frustrating because your opponent hasn't put a ball in about 5 minutes, and then you double at triple set point. And now it's 40-30.
Wow. A rocket of a backhand down the line.
How many times do you see a 40-love double fault? And everybody's immediate reaction, that's no big deal, 40-love. How many times do you see this?
I actually think quite frequently, because you're annoyed at yourself and then the other person plays one throwaway point and then the pressure is back on again. And look right away where Ruse is all of a sudden. She took that double fault and she was like, girlfriend, I got to get back to the baseline.
And that's what, even if Badosa, she has a margin here to get through the set, but now Ruse has hit some balls again.
Advantage, Badosa.
All right, that second serve took care of business. So Badosa yesterday.
Even though she missed it, this is the type of point Ruse wants to play again, which she had so few of in the second set, where she's on the baseline, needs to gain some ground in this third set if she wants to try and come back into this match. Yeah, she's trying the right thing, but it's just a bit off in those little adjustment steps that, yeah, she's telling herself, come on now, come on. Yeah, and he's showing her that's exactly what is off, those little adjustment steps to put yourself in a perfect position so you can strike at the ball at full pace and still make it. Just a half a step off will make the ball go.
Well, even that, she understands the importance of avoiding Ruse, the early break. How can a little point like that, Ruse's rhythm, look much better?
Break, please.
Vamos. La mano.
Great defense here from Badosa.
40-15.
Reacted off that return so well.
Dale, crea un malevo. Vamos.
You noticed anything about Badosa's second serve?
Well, it's been a problem since her injury with the lower back, because she has hit 201 aces this season, but she has hit 219 double faults.
Ooh.
So a few more double faults than aces. She has a great serve. The movement is beautiful. It's perfect. She does have quite a high ball toss. So some things can go wrong at times, but I think it's just from not being able to practice it that much since the injury in the back.
And that total, 7th most on the tour.
Yeah, that's a
double
lot.
fault total for Badosa.
And that's the residue of insecurity when you had an injury, the back that is so
Yeah, that's
involved
interesting.
in a serve motion.
And her ace total's high. That's 8th best. So she's in top 10 in both. Just an oddity, you know, it's no surprise. Gauff leads the WTA Tour in double faults. Kostyuka's second. Third, Kasatkina.
Oh, yeah.
Which is, I didn't know that till just now. That's stunning, because she does not ace very much.
Yeah, interesting. And Ruse now try to change the rhythm herself, because she can feel that Badosa is getting more and more into the type of play she wants to have, the intense rallies where it goes bam, bam, bam. Good feel, good instinct for the game here by Ruse.
30-15.
Vai nurcare, serva, nurcare. Urcă pe ea.
All right, well, it's a little glimmer of hope there for Ruse. Settles down to start the third by holding twice.
Safety line. Thirty line.
Sigue, vamos, sigue, vamos.
Thirty 15.
Vamos. Vamos, vamos, vamos.
T 15.
A rare unforced error on the backhand side for Ruse here, trying to go down the line maybe a bit too early, and it was a good shot from Badosa with a lot of depth. Not the right one to take down the line. She's a decent doubles player, Ruse. That's why we've seen her a few times being very comfortable at the net.
And Badosa holds. Ruse, one of her closest friends, not a surprise, Raducanu. Emma Raducanu, Romanian descent.
Yeah, and she has a better doubles ranking actually than singles ranking.
Yeah. Well, Ruse, here you are, 2-all third set. I mean, you can really lift yourself. You can find out and keep track of all of the U.S. Open conversation on all the social platforms. Use the hashtag US Open. I mean, if Ruse can pull this off, I mean, she's going to really solidify a place inside the top 100
and I
to head into 25 with that.
Well, I think she belongs there. I really think we talked about her injuries, and you can see it peeking through that wristband, still a tape on that wrist that she had surgery on. But it's going to be a very difficult feat. She needs to clean up her game a bit. 8 unforced errors already in this third set, and Paula Badosa has found her rhythm, is playing a lot better than she did in the first set. Danger zone here for Ruse.
She's finding a way, Andrea. That's now in this third set, early on. Ruse has won 7 of her 9 second serve points.
Yeah, it's in this set, it's more the adjustment steps. And yes, she has a lot of confidence because she came through qualifying, but she has a lot of tennis in her bones as she has come through qualifying. So maybe also a bit of fatigue setting in. She's been here 2 weeks already, playing day in, day out. Those types of shots or misses are exactly that, not being 100% in position, seemingly being in position, but not down to the very last inch. And in tennis, unfortunately, inches make meters on the other side. Mixed up the metric system, whatever you guys do over here, but you know what I'm trying to say.
I like that. Well, I mean, if she gets out of this again, second serve. Oh, no, Ruse misfires, and Badosa gets the first lead of the final set.
Badosa leads 3-2, final set.
That's a good point, Andre. Now, of course, you're a part-time New Yorker yourself now, so you understand. But 2 weeks of the cream cheese on a bagel, the coffee in the Greek cups.
Yeah.
You watch Seinfeld, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
It is. It's a test, and it's what. Did you feel this way as a player? Because I sat up here forever doing this, and I've always felt this one's different than the other majors because you have to beat New York as well as the rest of the field.
Yeah, well, I always
and it's just different.
Yeah, I always use the example of Garbiñe Muguruza, who was a fantastic player, world #1, won multiple majors, played into the final at the Australian Open. The only major where she never did really well was here, and she hates New York.
Yeah.
Not hates it in a sense, she hates the city, but it was just too much simulation for her.
I've always used the example, my early years doing this, the player that just seemed absolutely miserable here was Stefan Edberg. Miserable. Won it twice.
Yeah.
One of the great turnarounds I've ever seen. All right, Badosa now has her first lead. Up a break, third set. Well, Ruse swinging at the ball here. Strong point.
Yes, bit of a second wind here, and the only thing that Badosa failed to do in the first set, when she did have a tiny advantage, she pulled back, played a bit more passively, has to remind herself to keep doing what she did so well in the second set and here in the beginning stages of the third. And it is a lot better taking the ball early again, forcing herself to continue to hit the ball. Not hope for your opponent's errors. Hope belongs in the church, not on a tennis court.
Andrea's Book of Proverbs. I like this. Well, opening obvious for Ruse. Credit to her. Boy, Ruse rebounded in that game. 3-all. Wonder if again her dad Adrian is here.
When we talked about her mindset, she really has a fantastic way of being on the court, so positive. She keeps nodding at herself. Win or lose a point, winner or unforced error, she just continues to fight and try. Such a great example for everyone out there. Because we all know, whoever played tennis, how stressful this sport can be. But she does it very well.
She really has regrouped, has Ruse, in this third set, just alive with spirit. And rebounding back after dropping her last service game. And Ted, it almost seems to me as if that slow serve is bothering Badosa. She Too
has,
slow, right?
Yeah, it's almost, she's not moving up to it quickly enough, and she keeps changing her return position, not quite sure where to stand. She's losing almost all points when Ruse is hitting second serve. 75% winning percentage in this third set for Ruse when the second serve is in play. With that weakness,
I know.
that is way too much. Now that worked well for her, the higher return position, and I think that's the way to go. I think she just has to stick with it and try it a few times. She keeps changing it back and forth from point to point.
As opposed to running around forehands, you're saying?
I think just to create the visual pressure on the other, because I think she feels more comfortable with hitting the forehand. But I think you have to also think, what is the opponent feeling? And the higher return possession will create pressure for the opponent.
Now Ruse puts that away, so it puts an interesting little spin here on what's coming down the home stretch.
Ruse leads 4-3, finals.
Well, now we'll see, Andrea, because Badosa's played so well coming in, confidence high. Hasn't been able to shake Ruse. Had the lead here in this third set, couldn't hold it. How does Badosa respond?
Well, this point is a great indication of how she might respond, because Ruse has definitely upped her game the last two games. She's played a lot better. And this is my favorite moment in a tennis match, when one of the players ups their game, and how to watch how the other one responds to it. And Paula is doing very well right now.
Well, that's the best answer possible. Hold it, love.
Yeah, and that requires so much mental fortitude when you are reaching the final stages of a match. The other player is playing their best tennis, to have that innate trust in yourself that you can match them point for point. And Paula has gained that trust in herself with how she's played in the past few weeks. Semifinals at the Cincinnati Open, winning the Washington title, because Ruse is playing fantastic tennis today.
So 25 games played, new balls introduced, new sticks for each player. Well, that's a way to break in the new ball. That was her first ace. And her fastest serve, 108. Well, and this is where you would wonder how much the experience plays in. Badosa's career record deciding sets at majors is 12-4. It's excellent.
And now the high position is working for
Yes.
Paula. She's sticking with it.
30.
Whether she has decided that for herself on the second serve or got a tip from her coach from the outside. Has worked twice in a row, and now a little chance to get right back into this game.
Here she comes. Whoa. And Badosa hit the baseline with one of those shots. So
It looked very long.
yes, but now puts the first little squeeze here on Ruse. That worked. 111. How about that timing for her fastest serve?
Unbelievable. These girls, man.
Yeah.
These women, rather.
Well, the help of getting the new tennis balls on this game for Ruse. Her first aces of the match. Well, she holds. She put the first serves in.
Rosalie's 5 games to 4. Final set.
Well, now we'll see how Badosa again had the lead earlier in the set. Now she's going to be in a must-hold game. Well, the best win by ranking in Ruse's career was when she beat Badosa 2 years ago. The head-to-head we showed you, the one tour head-to-head. Badosa was ranked 5 when that happened. Given the currency, the beating Krejcikova 2 days ago is the best win, beating a 2-time major champ, the reigning Wimbledon champ.
Please.
The only thing I will say for her, she has won a title already, Ruse, and winning a title is a similar hump as to making it far into major tournaments or beating top players, seeded players.
Well, well, well. Let's see how Badosa responds.
Oh my God.
Wow.
This is such an exciting tennis match right now. And it's definitely Ruse who's the more aggressive one here.
That's what that point was vivid.
Paula needs to be a bit careful with her depth. She's dropping a few of those balls too short in the court.
What were you saying?
13-14.
Match point. And Badosa going fast.
Advantage, Badosa.
Dale tú, vamos. Grida, grida. Vamos, play.
Survival. That's what that was.
Survival and
Yes.
very smart play here, going into the forehand side of Ruse when it mattered most. That is the side that can shake the backhand rock solid.
Final side.
Used her wits here, Paula. And we keep going.
Love 15.
Dale, Chris.
And that
Not how many, but when. Badosa pounces on the second serve.
exactly, better late than never, but it's been working for her so well, the high return position. And she discovered it in the previous service game of Ruse being down 40 love. But can now barely lose a point anymore when it comes to second serves. And we have another one.
And Badosa saves a match point and will turn around and serve for it.
Badosa wins 6 games to 5. Final set.
See, these are the matches I think all you players are nuts. Why'd you choose this sport?
Look at Ruse. She's trying to reset here. It's a brutal sport. It's brutal. Exhilarating, but
exactly.
also
Within
brutal.
2 or 3 minutes, that incredible range of emotion for Ruse. I'll say this for Badosa. This is pretty good prep for a mixed doubles match, don't you think?
Yeah. She doesn't need to warm up, I think. I think she's okay.
Now Paula Badosa is hoping in the next couple of minutes here to get to the round of 16 here for the first time. This is the only major she hasn't done that. And then remember, Badosa had the lead in this set. She was up a break. And Ruse came back. That.
15-13.
There was this, had to be a split second of fear as Badosa watched that one whiz. Just missed. Wow.
Superb.
This is Ruse did the previous game down a break. She becomes the aggressor, right?
She has such a great mindset. So many players would have faltered under everything that has just transpired.
That's something. That's terrific. Give Ruse all the credit. Twice to come back in this final set from a breakdown.
Games over. Final set.
And now here we go. Match tiebreak.
10-point tiebreak.
Both women have shown incredible mental fortitude, coming back from breaks, from match points, staying in this, bringing on
All right.
the show.
You have any handicap here? Do you think you have a gut feeling?
I don't. Usually, tie breaks favor the better server because they tend to get a few more free points. However, this match has its own rules.
Ruse was just making sure of the rules. She was checking with Jenny Zhang in the chair. 10 points to win. And that also gives you an idea of the difference in experience. Ruse hasn't been through this before. The 10-point
1-0.
tiebreak in the majors.
Badosa. Zero. Badosa.
There's a constant dialogue from Badosa's coach. And again, the great part of this stadium, you can hear it all. Dre, you picked that up. That Badosa changed on the second serve.
That has made the biggest difference in this match in the last 8 to 10 minutes. Ever since she has stuck with that one return position on the second serve, up high in the court, threatening Ruse visually. I don't think she has lost a point when second serves came into play. Great adjustment by Ruse here to go for more, just risk it.
Whoops. All right, well, 1 point back to Ruse as they change ends. Still a mini break now in Badosa's favor. Wow. Ruse is starting to feel like bubble gum. You know when you step on bubble gum, you can't get it off the bottom of your shoe ever? That's what Badosa's going to feel like here. She can't shake this player.
It's all in the positivity, body language, mindset. She does not give up on herself. Not for a single second of this incredibly compelling match.
Badosa.
And then 2 misses from Ruse. Back to Badosa. 2 serves at 6-3. You just know this is going to be one of those matches. The last point is going to be the toughest one.
Badosa.
Paula just unnerving Ruse with her consistency in court coverage. Here we have it, 40 unforced errors for Ruse, only 26 for Badosa. She's just making the court feel so small, and Ruse has the inclination to go for even more, and that's where the misses creep in. Change of ends, girls.
Yeah. Yep, that's.
This is how much they are in the tunnel vision of this match.
Totally get it. Ruse absolutely had to win those two. She does.
7-6.
Tiniest of margin here. And
Yep.
There's the free point for the better server.
Good call.
And it could be the one that makes the difference in the end.
8th ace for Badosa.
Badosa.
Heard some come on Gabbies there. Crushing Ruse.
I think she saw Paula moving into that corner from the periphery of her eye. New York audience is here. Match point.
Second match point for Badosa. And now the third will come on Badosa's serve.
9-8.
If I were Ruse, I would just take a slight step to the right, close that T serve down that Paula loves to play in big moments. If she aces you wide, you have to accept it, but that's her favorite one on the outside.
Oh, the return is long, and Badosa truly survives.
What a match.
Two hours 32, man, that was, again, the word that I feel like I've used it 15 times this first week, Andrea.